So I hear there's a petition going around about trying to get the KKK hate group designated as a terrorist organization. I say it's long overdue, and not just the KKK, but any white supremacist group or neo-Nazi group. The problem with our country is the tolerance we show toward the intolerant. Tolerance for haters. Haters come in all colors, by the way. People who walk around and hate and take pleasure in hurting other people. That's how they spend their life. They go through their life taking pleasure in causing other people pain. Benefiting from the pain of other people. We don't need this in our world. And the people who know better, we need to oppose this. I am against racism, but I also am against, in my opinion, anytime you take a whole group of people and you generalize them as being a certain way, that is racist. Whether or not it makes you a racist, I don't know. I'm not into all the ins and outs of what makes a racist a racist. Some people will say that racism is only something that white people are. I don't think that's true, but I do think there's a lot of damage that people who look like me have caused, especially in this country. I'm certainly hoping that I'm not a racist. I would like to see everybody looked at as whole human beings and treated with equal respect. Unfortunately, white privilege exists, and whether or not I like that or want that, it's a fact. White privilege exists. If my dog got loose, if I was out walking my dog and she got loose, and I was chasing her in the middle of the night, and I was running, through people's yards and maybe going through their backyard looking for my dog. Here, Haley, here, Haley. I don't think I would worry too much about my life. If the police did come to me, I'd say, I'm looking for my dog. I can't find my dog. And maybe they would say, well, you need to not trespass in people's yards, But that's about it. That's about what would happen, I think. I don't think I would be shot dead. So I don't think I'd even hesitate to go in somebody's backyard looking for my dog. I wouldn't even hesitate. My dog's lost. She might be back there. I'm gonna go look back there. Now, if I was black, I don't think I'd be so quick to go into somebody's backyard, because I'd be afraid of things like getting shot dead. That's white privilege. See, white privilege people, I don't have to worry about that. If I get pulled over by a cop car, probably I won't be shot dead, If I'm reaching for my wallet, they're not going to shoot me dead because, it could be a gun. I saw this crazy story on Facebook about a woman who had a poodle, a black poodle with the curly, wavy poodle hair, and it was a very tall, full-size poodle. And she kept getting pulled over by the police, and she couldn't figure out why. And they'd come up and they'd have the guns out and everything. They'd be looking in the passenger seat, and they'd be looking and seeing her dog. And then one day I don't know the story exactly. I'm just going with what I remember. She was at somebody's house, and one of the people from this house comes in and goes, "Did you know that there's a black man and you're trying to steal your car?" And she looked out the window, and it was her poodle, and he had moved over into the driver's side seat. And that's when it clicked in her brain. The reason the police were pulling her over, I guess this was in southern states too, was because they were mistaking her dog as a black person. That's how eager the police were in these states to just because there was a black dog in her car with curly hair, from behind it looked like a person, and it didn't even matter what she was doing. She's just driving down the road, and they would pull her over and ask her where she was going and what she was doing. Doing nothing wrong, just driving down the road with her black poodle dog. Anyway, I just think that I mean, I was born after the 60s, big 60s movement, and Martin Luther King Jr. I was born after that. Or I was very, very little and I don't remember that. But we're having another thing in our country, and I think it's a good thing, because the work that was begun during the time of Martin Luther King has never been finished. Black people have never known true freedom or equality in this country. And it's not just black people. There's Hispanic people, there's Native American people, there's women, there's gays, there's transgender, bisexuals, atheists. You know, this tolerance for the intolerant and this teaching of intolerance in the name of religion especially needs to stop. We need to cease to be tolerant of ugly humans. And that's what it is. When you have a person walking around hating on others, especially when they're taking a sadistic pleasure in it and deliberately trying to hurt other people just because of something like their color or their sexual orientation, or whether or not they have an accent. Anytime this happens, those of us who know better, we need to say, you fucking stop it. You know, it is not politically correct to be a hater. It is not cool to be a hater. And what you're doing is you're spreading poison and hurting people, and it needs to stop. Donald Trump has made hating a cool and good thing. It needs to stop, and we need to stop this mentality and say no. I sincerely think that the majority of the people in this country are good people and not haters. And those of us, the majority of us, we need to say to the people that are, unevolved in this country, crawl back to your fucking cave. We don't like you. You're embarrassing. Don't breed. Please, whatever you do.